show. I'm joined, as always, by Right Cape and special guest this week. Ross is making an appearance. It's been a while since Ross has been on, but I was able to coax him out of retirement to come on today's show. So these guys will be breaking down some. They each got two college football games for you this weekend, and each have two pro games for you. So there's lots of good picks and content here for you to get to be prepared for this weekend. So uh, right, Cave, how have these been going? How's your college season been going?
Actually, pretty well. I've been hot just in general. I'm on leaderboards. College football last week wasn't my best. I went 2-2. Actually, on this show last week, I went 2-2 with the college and NFL. I went 6-1 last week in NFL. So I'm after a rough start in NFL, I am back to my winning ways. College football, I'm profitable. So yeah, it's weekends are looking better than they were a couple weeks ago.
All right, all right. I know, Ross. You don't put out picks, but I know you like the bat sports. So have you done much uh, since you've been back from Vegas, which was not a good experience?
Since I've been back from Vegas, I have been doing well. Last on Monday night, I think I ended up somewhere around 8 or 9 units up. I mean, it was a good Monday. Um, Before that, I was up. Vegas kicked me in the nuts hard, so I had to get up from there.
Yeah, yeah. But I know you're paying in that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. When you're not cashing tickets to Sunday night football, yeah, it can make for a long weekend. At least we had a pool to enjoy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Other
So, all
fun
right,
things, yes.
all right. We'll get into this. We got three. We got actually three Big Ten games here, and a key matchup for in the SEC. So we'll start out with Rye. You got one Big Ten matchup here. You like? What is it?
Yeah, so that would be Maryland. I am taking them +7 against Indiana. So Indiana is on the verge of one of its best starts in a long, long time. But Maryland has been will probably be one of the best teams that the Hoosiers have seen so far. The way I look at it, both teams have a really, really good defense. Uh, they actually both have a good offense as well. Why I like the Maryland side, Edwards had 75% completion percentage this season, 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Their wide receiver, Ty Felton, caught 14 passes for 157 yards, a touchdown last week against my Villanova Wildcats. He is tied for third in Division One in receiving yards per game, fourth in receiving touchdowns with 5. Uh, yeah, the Hoosiers, they already have more wins than they had last year. New coach. I mean, they look good. I admit that. Uh, I just think a team like Maryland, they play well on the road. They have good chemistry, good locker room. Illinois should win this game at home. I just think that Maryland keeps it close. This number could go up to 7.5. I don't know. I think it opened up 4.5, 5.5, something like that. So it's been moving towards Indiana. But yeah, I have faith that Indiana is a better team than they have been in a long time. I just don't know that they're as good as books are showing them to be.
All right, all right. I know, Ross. You follow Big Ten a lot. You got any thoughts on this game? Or
Um, I would tend to agree with Rye on this one. I do like the +7. Um, no, I think that's a good pick.
Yeah, Maryland is they're a pretty disciplined team too. They don't have a lot of penalties and whatnot. They don't turn the ball over a lot. I think even if this becomes a shootout, which I don't think it is, I actually lean it under. But I think if it's a shootout, that Maryland's going to be able to keep up.
Well, historically, watching enough Big Ten, Indiana shits the bed enough, so Maryland should be able to cover.
All right, all right. There you have it. Look good. We're looking at Maryland on that one. Okay, Ross, you got a Michigan doubleheader here. I'll let you pick which one you want to go with first. I'm pretty sure I know which one you're going to go with first, but go ahead.
We'll start with Michigan.
Of course.
Start with my Wolverines. I am not fanboying this one. I do really think that Michigan wins this one by 10 points or better. Mostly, they made the right decision by switching to Alex Orji. I don't care that he only had 32 yards passing. That means nothing to me. Their identity is not a passing team. Their identity is we run the ball. We're going to play stout defense. What they did, Miller Moss threw the ball 51 times. I got to tell you that whatever Minnesota's bringing to the table, if they throw the ball 51 times, they're not going to have any success against Michigan like the way Miller Moss is being one of the better quarterbacks in the league or in the NCAA. So Michigan, they're going to continue with their stout defense. That's not going to be an issue. They're going to run the ball. Colel Mullings has turned out to be the number one back, and there's no reason to not continue to feed him the ball and let Donovan Edwards be kind of a supplement. Expect a lot more work from the wide receivers in the end arounds. We're going to see a lot more jet sweeps. We're going to see reverses, things that get their playmakers the ball. They've only scratched the surface of what they're doing. But with Alex Orji at the helm, I think they finally found an identity of what they are, and that is run the ball. Passing really is not even necessary. They're going to win by 10 plus.
Yep. I guess, as we know, I was on USC last week. That killed me. But, yeah, as long as Michigan is playing with the lead, I think they're really good. Once they get down, they have problems. I don't know, this could be a letdown spot after the big win last week, but yeah, they should be able to handle Minnesota.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think they'll be take care of Minnesota. I think the lack of a passing game will affect them down the road. That we'll get to that bridge. We'll cross that bridge when we get to a better.
Yes, there will absolutely come a game where not being able to throw the ball is a huge detriment. I just don't think it's against Minnesota.
No, yeah, I agree.
Me too.
So, all right, Ross, I'll let you go with the other Michigan game here, and I'm not. I don't know. I'll let you try to convince me.
All right. Well, let me try to convince you. You guys lost against what I believe to be a good Boston College team, and I don't think there's too much dispute in that. That Boston College team is a good team. Their win against Florida State, call it what you will. Florida State's obviously having a rough year, but that was a 4-point loss against a good Boston College team where Boston College came back from behind. Otherwise, you are 2 minutes or 3 minutes away from being 4-0. I think that 24 points is disrespectful to Michigan State, and it is padding Ohio State's stats just a little bit much. I know they have a high-powered offense. I'm well aware of their, wide receivers, their two-headed monster at running back. I'm well aware of Will Howard, and that's great, and they're going to put up points, but I think Michigan State has the ability to hang within 3 touchdowns of this game, especially having – all of their games so far, they've been able to keep everything – Prairie View A&M, they blew them up 40-0, but, they already beat Maryland, close loss to Boston College. Aiden Childs, he's going to figure it out. Lynch Adams, they're going to get their guys the ball. Marsh, they're going to get their playmakers the ball enough to keep this game within 3 touchdowns. Do they win? Not a chance in hell, but they will keep it within 3 scores.
But do they have any playmakers this week?
Well, who's out?
Well, the top 3 receivers were out last week.
Yeah, but you have. I thought I read that you had. If I missed it, maybe I did, but I thought I read that you had 1 or 2. You had a couple guys coming back for the Ohio State game.
Oh, okay. I haven't paid much attention this week. I've been busy with other stuff, but Yeah, because I know last week Marsh was out, Gates was out, and the other wide receiver was out.
Yeah, I mean, you were shorthanded against what I truly believe is a good Boston College team and only lost by 4. So I don't look at that.
I don't think. No, I don't think. But we fumbled a kick. We
Have,
fumbled a kickoff.
have you been blown out?
Huh?
You haven't been blown out at all. I think
No.
24 is. I think 24 is a lot too. I think 21's a lot.
Yeah, I
No.
think they maybe keep it close. I don't know, but they always seem to play shitty against Ohio State. They just do. And we'll see. Hopefully I'm pleasantly surprised. No, I won't be putting my money on them this week.
That's fair.
All right, probably the big key, the marquee matchup for this weekend is Georgia, Alabama, and Rye. You got some thoughts on this game?
Yeah. So this one, I think you can wait. We might get a better number. I'm assuming later in the week there's going to be a lot of Alabama backing, but I do like Georgia this week. Obviously, they're on a 42-game regular season winning streak. They have 6 straight wins against top 5 opponents, 16 straight road wins. Nick Saban owned Kirby Smart. It's true. But Kalen DeBoer is no Saban. I respect him as a coach. I think he's a great dog. I just think this line is a product of recency bias. It is possible that Georgia was looking ahead to this game when they had trouble against Kentucky. But the bottom line is they still won. I don't care how much they win by. Both teams had an extra week to prepare. Yeah, I mean, I could go through all the stats about Nick Saban teams, 9-1 straight up in the last 10 versus Georgia. But that's Nick Saban teams. Georgia has won 28 straight SEC games, 16 in a row on the road. Their 34-3 win over Clemson definitely looks really good at this point after we saw what Clemson did to North Carolina State last week. I don't think Alabama really has played anybody at any big games. I understand that it's a home game for Alabama. I just think Georgia's going to go in there. I think they're going to win the game. They have a brutal schedule coming up, and this is a game they need. Kirby Smart's going to have them ready. I just think they're the better team.
Okay. Thoughts?
I think Rycape's absolutely right. The spread right now it's because of the spirit of the rivalry over the past 7 years, 5 to 7 years. It is not indicative of the two teams that are going to be playing on Saturday. Rye's absolutely right. It is the spirit of spirit of Saban is showing in that line. Georgia's going to win by more than a field goal. That's not a problem.
I think it's going to be a problem.
Really?
I think if you like Alabama, you take them in the first half, but I think they just pull away.
The board's got an unbelievable record with a week to prepare.
Yeah, and he has a great record as a dog too.
Yeah.
But this is Georgia.
Yeah, and then Alabama beat them last year in the playoffs.
Aren't Georgia and Alabama both coming off a bye week?
Yeah, they both are.
So, I mean, I see your point. However, you can't necessarily use that against Georgia. It's a wash. They're both coming off a bye week. They're both coming off what should be the rest of the season.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the board's got coming off a bye week, and then also as an underdog, you got incredible record. So it's not like
other schools, yeah.
It's not like he's some shit coach.
No,
I just don't think they've played anybody good. Wisconsin garbage. I mean, they put up 42, 63 against Western Kentucky.
That's South Florida.
These are good defenses.
That South Florida score is bullshit because they started off the game about as slow could be. They can't afford to do that against Georgia.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see next.
Joey Tron likes Alabama too.
Oh shit! Why'd you tell me that? God damn it! Now I know I'm gonna lose. All right. Well, there we go. we'll run down those college games with the picks just before we leave here. So we'll get right here. In the
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. What are your thoughts about this guy, UNLV quarterback?
Oh yeah. Hey,
Oh yeah. What was that? They told him they'd pay him $100,000. Some assistant coach told him that.
Yeah,
or somebody
supposedly he
told him.
got like $6,000, and
Okay, well,
he played better than, I guess do you call it a contract? Better than his contract, that he should be making more money.
well, they told me to get 100,000, and then that you got what you said, what you heard he got paid. It was double what I heard. I heard he's gotten 3,000 up to this point, and he's been asking him for it, and they basically said, "Nah, I don't think we'll give it to you." And he's like, "Screw you, then I'll just redshirt."
It is tough this day and age with everyone that's willing to pay money to not just be like, someone will pick me up and pay me the money.
I don't know though.
I don't like it,
But I'm not
but it's
sure.
the landscape that we're in.
Yeah, but for him to
I understand, but come
for
on,
him to,
man.
I don't like
your
it.
team dirty after being
Absolutely.
3-0.
Yeah.
I mean, you are losing everything about camaraderie and the team. I don't like it, but unfortunately, that's moving that way. And it's
Again,
Like an NFL holdout.
yeah.
how many people are going to be but how many other like good big programs and good programs are going to go after this kid? He came from what, Holy Cross? What like?
Yeah, he came from Holy Cross, where I mean, he played well. I mean, I don't. Hell, Michigan might go after him. I don't know. We need someone to throw the ball, and he can run the ball. He had 330 rushing yards in one game. That's pretty good.
Yeah, with pulling this, he's not a Michigan man.
Some program that can afford to pay him. Someone's going to be at least able to afford to pay him more than $3,000. There's no doubt about that.
So does UNLV not have many boosters? Like you would
Well,
think someone
Vegas,
would come in and save this guy.
I don't know. Oh, maybe he's cost some of the boosters money in Vegas, and they're like, "Yeah, screw him."
That could be.
All right, so yeah, I saw him like, what? He's not. He's just quitting. All right, here we go. Let's go some NFL games here. We'll start out with you, Ross. You got the Rams. You like the Rams this week? Why?
I do like the Rams. I do believe in the comeback that they had against the 49ers, but this is more so I'm in no way sold on the Bears. I watched that whole game they played against Indianapolis. Those stats are incredibly padded for Chicago, and their one win was not them winning the game. It was Will Levis losing the game. So I have not given up faith at all in Stafford, and I do believe I think they have one completion between Stafford and Williams. I'm taking Stafford. I know Williams is talented, but if I had to pick a shootout, which this could easily be, Stafford still has weapons, and Williams, yeah, he has a ton of weapons, and it took until the fourth quarter to figure out how to use them. And so for Stafford, he's still the fourth quarter king. And if he can't will his team to victory, he sure can do it by keeping it close. He's got enough weapons to still do it. I mean, I know that the Ram, I mean, he's going to be without, I mean, obviously he is out without Kupp and Nakua, but they're going to feature Williams a lot. Kyrie Williams, they're going to. He's just Stafford. He finds a way to win. But I'm not saying they'll win necessarily, but I think they keep it within 3. I just don't believe in the Bears.
Yeah, I don't know that the Bears can blow anybody out, but I think last week was more of Los Angeles being familiar with San Francisco rather than the Rams being the better team on that day. I don't know. They're beat up. They're going to have trouble moving the ball against the Bears defense. I'm not a big Williams guy either. I mean, I guess their offense is getting better. I do like their receivers. They should be able to run the ball. I don't know. Now that it's 3, it's like a fade the popular dog for me.
I don't. The Bears. I mean, supposedly when they had Swift, they were going to run the ball, figure it out. He's got 37 carries for 68 yards. That is hot garbage. I mean, they can't just hang their hat on Williams to throw 350 yards every game when he, it's just that I don't think the Bears are in that position yet. They have not established any bit of a run game. Then the Rams are. I mean, this is a 50-50 split in terms of the people that think they're going to, the matchup predictor and the public opinion who's going to win. It's a 50-50 split. So I'm going to take the plus points in that regard.
Stafford's going to throw at least one pick six in the round to lose.
Well, that might be it.
Yeah.
That might be the end of the game.
Yeah.
13-10, 13-9, something like that.
Could be. It's going to be close.
So, Ryan, I see you're gonna go. You're tempting the fates here. You like you got one of these minus 6.5 point favorites here that you like. They've been shitty so far this year, but tell me why you like the Texans in this one.
What do you mean they've been shitty? It's at 7 now. Yeah, I mean they just lost last week. That was their only loss. I guess they didn't look great against the Bears, but I don't know. I just think they're better than Jacksonville. I've backed Jacksonville twice this season. They looked horrible last week. They're on the short week. They're going to Houston. Just matchup-wise, they're just so much better. I don't know what Jacksonville is going to be able to do. I guess they could run on them, but they can't score. Trevor Lawrence is not good. Their defense hasn't really done anything. I think Houston's going to throw the ball all over the place. They had a rough one last week. Played a good defense. I was on Minnesota. The Minnesota team is legit, it looks like, especially that defense. And I just think Jacksonville is coming into a pissed off Texans team. And I just think they're going to handle business here. Just match up all over the place. Texans are the better team.
Well, but the thing is, like the first 3 weeks, favorites are like 5.5 or 6.5 points. The underdog is like 14-3.
Yeah,
and 10-8 straight up.
Yeah.
So you're tempting the fates here. It's got to turn around sometime, but. It can't stay like that forever, I don't think. So, Ross, you got any thoughts on that?
I mean, they had Buffalo as a 5.5 point favorite, and they smacked them. I just don't think the Jags are good. Lawrence, I don't know. What do you do with the guy? And then Doug Peterson's probably losing his job. This might be the game that he loses it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jaguars are not good. I think the Texans bounce back from what happened against Minnesota. I mean, that Minnesota is arguably one of the best teams in the league right now. No one saw that coming, but everything that I've read, though, it seems like Dalton Schultz and Joe Mixon are both going to be in the lineup for the Texans, and I think that does make a big difference in the game. If your run game is strong, then C.J. Stroud has plenty of weapons to be able to do what he does, have a repeat for a sophomore year, and it's against the Jaguars, so I think a touchdown's reasonable.
And the last two defenses they played were the Vikings and the Bears, which are two top defenses. You look at the Jags, they can't stop anybody. They couldn't stop the Dolphins.
Yeah, what was it, the 47-10 they laid against the Bills?
Yeah, that was the Monday game. And it's a short week. Yeah. I don't know. I love Doug Peterson, but I think he's going to be the first coach fired, if not this week, then next week.
Yep. Well, I think so.
Team's broken.
Yep. All right. So, Ryan, we'll come back with you. Your next NFL game. Go with the Justin Fields.
Yep. Once again, actually, I've been on the Steelers for every game this week. 3-0. Obviously, we could talk about this defense. We could keep talking about them. But Anthony Richardson is certainly going to have problems. And last week, the Colts relied on the run game. The Steelers do not let you run. They only give up 8.7 yards per game. I think this is maybe the best defense that Tomlin has had. He's been coaching there for 18 seasons. Other than that, we can talk about the offense. Justin Fields is getting better. I think the Russell Wilson should be put to bed. Justin Fields is your quarterback. He's moving the ball down the field. Last week they were scoring touchdowns. I like the Steelers team. I don't mind that they're going on the road. They play well on the road. This defense it's legit. We just talked about two good defenses. This one's better than all of them. And defense travels. So
it is the best defense in football. I mean, that's
and I think it will be all season, barring major injuries.
I mean, I think TJ Watt is going to have another defensive player of the year type season. I mean, he already has. He's got 3 sacks on the year already. So, I mean, the man's an absolute beast. I agree 100%. The Steelers are going to win this one.
Yeah, their public is. I think they're the most public team this weekend. I guess my only concern would be that this is their third road game in 4 weeks. But Steelers under Mike Tomlin have been known for playing well on the road. I don't know. This Colts defense is not good. I think Justin Fields could do something.
All right. The Steelers defense alone could win the game by 3 points.
Yeah. I mean, they'll give them good field position no matter what if they're only kicking field goals, but I think they get touchdowns.
All right. Good stuff. All right, Ross, your last pick, as Nick likes to call him. You got the Sea Chickens here, or the Seahawks?
Sea Chickens. Yes, it's the half point that worries me. That's honestly what it is. And at plus 3.5, I'm taking Seattle. And it's just a lot of it is knowing the Lions. And like you and I both know the Lions. I don't believe they have as gutsy and as hard-nosed as Dan Campbell loves to play football. The one thing Detroit has never had is the ability to put their foot on someone's throat and close the game. They just don't do it. And they had plenty of but they just don't. All the comebacks they've had and everything, they just don't. They will always let someone back into the game to a close game, and that is exactly why the half point scares me. Seattle is 3-0. Yes, the Lions found their groove back against the Arizona team, but the Lions were also favored in that game by 3, if I remember. And so, yeah, I don't feel comfortable with the half point right now. If this were 2.5, then I'm on the Lions all day. It's 3.5, and I take the Seahawks. I think that's how close of a game it's going to be. So for that reason, I lean the half point and I take the Seahawks.
Seahawks are dogs, yeah.
Yeah, you've got minus 3.5. Seahawks are plus 3.5. Yeah.
I just copied what gets sent to me.
No, if I might have screwed that up. Yeah, no, they're the plus 3.5. So
okay, I just copy and paste. I might have typed that one in but that one could be my fault. I know the first one that I copied and pasted right came. All right, I'll change that. All right, there we go.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I guess my concern is that Seattle's defense is really, really good, but their offense is sloppy, and I just think they're going to be able to throw the ball against Seahawks. But yeah, that hook is a little put offish.
Yeah.
That's a Monday night game too, right?
That is, I think that's the Monday night game. The way I see it going is I see the Lions winning that game. They are up by 10 points late, let a touchdown in, they win by 3. I mean,
I can see that.
I'm calling it right now as the three of us sit here. I think that's what's going to end up happening at Detroit.
All right. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I can see that happening too.
If I was offered that kind of bet as a bet, I'd probably take it because I've been here too many times.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen way too many times. All right, we'll run down these real quick. Right, you like Maryland plus the points. You think Georgia's going to win easily over Bama at -2. Ross sticking with the boys from Michigan -9.5. And has more faith in my Spartans than I do at +24. In the NFL, Rise running going against the trends and going against the jinx here. He's taking the Texas -6.5. They are playing Jacksonville, so I can see that coming. And the Steelers -1.5. Ross, the Rams +3, and has the confidence in the Lions of winning, but not covering. And he's got the Seahawks at +3.5. Yeah, I can see that. I've just been.
Here, I have a play for tomorrow. Anytime touchdown play. Cowboys versus Giants. Cowboys' run defense has been awful. I think the Giants are going to use Devin Singletary a lot. His anytime touchdown prop is plus money, so give that a look. Okay. I've actually been doing pretty well on the anytime touchdowns, especially in the island games.
All right, there you go. A little freebie out there from White Cape.
Did anyone else play the Monday night doubleheader first touchdown that FanDuel had?
No,
for James Cook to have the first touchdown for the first game and Jamar Chase to have the first touchdown for the second game. Because FanDuel put it out and it was plus 5,500 and it hit.
Yeah, I actually gave out James Cook first touchdown in the Discord, so that was a good one too.
I bet on it and won. That was I thought it was a snowball's chance in hell. What was that one you call your beer can parlays where you throw like cheap money on it and be like, whatever. Well, it hit.
Yeah. Beer can parlays. Yeah, I hit 3 Saturday.
So you said, nice.
Yeah, so that was nice.
All
right, good stuff. All right, I know, Ross. You're just you're a silent better. Just come on here and give out your picks. Ryan, where can the people find you if they're looking for you and they want to buy some of these picks that you've been winning on?
Yep. So I guess we'll start off. If you want my free plays, get into Insider's Room Discord. I'm dropping plays every day. I don't think I dropped any today, but I had a rough one yesterday, so I try to scale back a little bit after rough days. But other than that, I've been crushing my free plays. They've been great. I've been hot all around. If you want to find my premium plays, you're going to look at Tom McCrena. I am at pickadvisor.com. Winners and whiners, picks and parlays, sports capping. You can find me at Rycape on all social media. I'm hot. College football, NFL, MLB, I'm even hot. WNBA's in the playoffs. My regular season was 62%. Hockey's coming up in a week, a little over a week. So I'll be having some NHL plays. This is my time of the year. So, go check out Tom McCrena, Winners and Whiners, Picks and Parlays, sportscapping.com. Come support me, get some winners.
All right, there you go. Thanks a lot, Ross, for joining. You're always welcome. Seat's always open for you. Again, thanks, Rye. Always good stuff from both of you. That'll be a wrap for today. Check these guys out. Check these picks out. Follow them. If they keep winning, you're onto something here. So, all right, guys, thanks a lot. We'll see you next week.
Perfect.